and
Yeah.
we are beginning with our new book. This is our 15th book we are reading together.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
and this is Pragmatic Psychology. Now, what is that? So, before we go any further, I would like to know if you could get anything out of today, what would that be? Why did you get onto the call?
Yeah. So, Kaval, I've read the book and I'm in love with Susan. I just adore the way she, her, perception of stuff. And it's always good to keep on repeating. And I read it about 2 months back, and so I've gotten a few things. So I'm here because I know you give great book reads. I read all the comments that come after your book read or during it. And B, of course, Susan is my favorite, and it's great to be pragmatic, in this era and in this today, like to choose pragmatism over anything else. So I'm here for that.
Cool. And anybody else want to share why they're here? What made them choose this?
Yeah, actually, I'm really fascinated by Suzanne's pragmatic psychology, and almost regularly I do, her call which we had on how to run your own bars. That was just fantastic, along with pragmatic psychology. So that has truly fascinated me, and it has changed a certain space in my life. So I'm here to explore more.
So, I mean, this is new to me. Did she have a call, say how to run the bars? Do you have the
Yeah,
link or something?
yeah, yeah. It
So
was a
please,
free. It
please.
was a free call.
Send
Okay.
it, send it, Harveen, Hannah.
Yeah. So, Neera, you know how challenged I am, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We are
Let
going
me,
to we are
I'll
going to
get
I'll
change
to it.
do it.
that.
I'll do it.
Are we going to
Yeah.
change that?
Yes, we will. So,
Let's change it.
no,
One, two,
the
three.
technology.
One, two, three.
Yes,
All
yes, I agree.
So I sometimes, sometime long time back, I did. Anyway, let's not go into the story, but we do whenever I get up in the morning. I used to do regularly. Sometimes now I do it when I remember. I just say change, change, change. Whatever requires to change, change.
Wow,
Come on, right now, one, two, three, change. So I go around
lovely.
in my house whenever that gets me, and I dance with it and change energetically everything. So do you recognize that you are
कवल
energy?
कवल मेरा वीडियो ऑफ हो गया था, I mean the phone zoom. आप
I know. I saw you went away. Acha. So welcome back. So do you recognize that you are energy?
Yeah.
Are you aware that you uh, that you can't separate yourself from energy? That you just are, and you are the energy is our first language. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So do you trust the energy that you be in every now moment? What is that? What is that energy of not trusting you?
वही तो पता नहीं है, कंवल.
पता तो है.
We require your help,
Yeah.
assistance. Yes.
So what made me bring your attention to it? Like we were talking about energy, and then it just came to me that actually, all our choices, all our actions, everything we be is based on the energy we are.
Yeah.
If you're being when you, okay, notice or go back to when you get up in the morning and you are, what are your choices according to the energy you be?
Mm. True.
If you're sad, you don't even want to get out of bed. And if you're enthusiastic, you're like, what now? Come on, let's get up and do it. You choose more, you choose greater, you choose the according. All is based on the energy that you be. And you create. You create from the energy you be. And in a day, you can get out million things that day done when you are being the energy that you truly be. That you recognize, that you acknowledge. Always there, always knowing, always receiving, always creating greater. So if you would be present with that, if you would be aware with what energy you be in every now moment when you get up, what could you change? And you don't actually ever have words for that energy. You can't put it. You just perceive it. Words may never equal the energy you perceive. When your mind is like speaking crazy, when you're like, oh my God, what to do? If you're aware at that moment, if you know that's the energy that you be, instead of making it wrong, instead of going into the wrongness of it, instead of finding faults with it, instead of blaming other people, what if you could get it? What if you knew what it was talking to you? What information is there that you are never willing to acknowledge, to see, to even consider? I'm not going into blaming you guys. I'm just saying we've never been told that. We've never seen anybody functioning from recognizing and being aware of what energy they are being and what choices they are making. What information is that energy giving? Never ever been told or seen or knew that it was just information. It was just talking to me.
Actually, he was so busy doing ही तो कर रहे थे. Being तो अब पता चल रहा है कि we are being also, you know. It was just doing, getting up mechanically, brushing, getting ready, going here, going there, whatever, doing all this stuff.
Exactly, that's what we've been told. Not wrong, not right, just awareness. Nobody ever told us that we could have that awareness, that we are that. Most of us don't have the idea that we have infinite choices. We are told to create the future based on the menu, the guidelines, the do's and don'ts, handed over to us by our parents, our teachers, our gurus, this society. So we are left with no choice. And it was such an amazing, different universe when I came to access to even know, my God, I have choices? That I can choose beyond this reality? That my words create? That my words have vibrations? Certain words create energy? Energy is our first language. Mothers get to know what children are. You know, we always say, इसको माँ को पता लग जाता है कि क्या बच्चा मांग रहा है, हमें तो नहीं पता लगता. So, I will ask again, if you could get out of this, what would this book, this day, this hour, what would that be? What are you looking for?
More of being, like more of being.
More of being.
And how do you define being? Do you define it? Or you're just still exploring?
It's total exploration. There's no definition.
Yeah, it's total exploration. And every way growing up, I saw, ye karo because of this. पढ़ लो, शादी कर लो, घर बना लो, गाड़ी ले लो. Everything will be done.
Yeah.
Like you made your bed, now you have to lie on it. Come on, go, lie on it. So that's a projection, that's a judgmental world. That is how they tell you have to create your life, create your future, project and then create. Everywhere, have you ever recognized that when you project, you don't create?
Yeah.
And it's nothing, and it is nothing about what is actually available to you. The world, the universe is available to you. And you are told.
And Kamal, when you, sorry, am I
Yes,
interrupting?
go ahead.
So when you project and you do, like you just said, it doesn't bring joy. There is no joy attached to it, It's like a compulsion, You do it with drudgery, you do it with, force. Like, it doesn't come with. So just the being part, jab discover hua, jo bhi hum discover kar rahe hain abhi, explore kar rahe hain, brings so much joy in what you're doing and in what you're being all the time. Yeah.
Ah, so well put. I have to be, I have to do is a projected future reality. It is the idea that once you have decided that you have to be and do, then your reality is set in concrete for your entire future. Now you can choke yourself with that concrete. You have no choice. You're always trying to come to conclusion rather than being in question that would create a greater possibility for you. I mean, these words were like magic, like gift to me, when I came into Access. Oh my God, really? The projected future was handed over to us. It's not living in the moment to create the greater result for you. Living in the moment is being you, choosing in every moment that brings that joy, that vibrates in your body, that you want to say, sing and dance, and you want to just go for it. Nobody tells us that. Nobody tells us that. How unkind is this universe, this reality? How kind the people in this reality are being to themselves rather than being to us. What if you created your life from the fun of it, like Neera said, not from the pain and suffering and drudgery and everything else? Everybody you look around, even when you go for a walk in the morning and you see those people in a beautiful surrounding in Chandigarh on the lake, none of them have that joy on their faces. Hardly anyone. Now I've seen it's changing. I've been walking since I don't know how many, since I was before marriage. And I see people changing. I see people in those times and people 10 years before now and now people, there is little life you can see on their faces. Otherwise, it's like somebody's thrown them out. Wife has thrown them out. A doctor has told to go for it, and it's like a job, it's a drudgery. And what would you really like to have as your life? Those are the questions that I ask myself every day. Where would I like to live my life from? Where does it have to be and do? Sorry. What energy am I willing to be to choose greater in every now moment? recognizing, being aware of the energy I be in every now moment. And then choosing different. It's so easy. It so falls in line with what my energy is. So all the projected futures that you have been living by as of till now, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, short boys and peons. So there are two people here waiting. So what would you like? So, okay, let's
health body.
there was a what do you call Gary's I saw Gary's what do you call a quote. I saw his quote and I copied it and I have it here to read it to you. Psychology. So what is psychology? So he says psychology used to be the study of knowing. And what happened? What happened is that we went from study of knowing to the study of behavior. They're two different things. Study of knowing. You know it. In this reality, nobody recognizes that. Nobody recognizes that there has to be something about knowing. So they went into study of behavior. So pragmatic psychology is about using the study of knowing as a way of creating something that's greater than what we can do by trying to control behavior. It makes so much of sense. So everywhere that you have lost yourself in the behavior rather than the knowing that you truly be, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong,
Yes.
good, honor, short boys and beyond. Yes, Renu,
Yes.
Well, I just said yes.
So are you focusing on the behavior or the knowing of you in every now moment and choosing what works for you? That is pragmatic. Pragmatic is choosing what works for you, no matter what, even if the whole universe is against you. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you thought you were going crazy and you lost yourself in others' world?
Absolutely.
Many a times.
And in those times, had no idea what we should do, what I should do, what my world is, what the choices I have. So what do you do in those times? What you did earlier and what you do, what has changed after coming to access?
POD and POC, everything, all those thoughts, feelings, and emotions that come and keep saying, interesting point of view, I have this point of view, and that sort of melts things.
And has it
Oh,
definitely, what a silly question, must have changed something.
Yeah.
yes. Yes. And
So
also,
how much of your
yeah.
mind do you use now? Sorry, Neera. How much of
Yeah.
your mind do you use now? How much of
Lesser,
importance do you give your mind?
lesser
No,
and
not
lesser.
much.
Though it's tough if you are into academics, it's very difficult to lose your mind. Yeah.
It is the insanity of this world.
Yes.
You know, thinking that if you finally understand this crazy world, this crazy thing that's going on, then you would be free. Oh my God, what an insane way. Oh my, if I could think it right, if I could, then I could have it right. Has that ever happened?
Of course, all the time before we got into Access. And then
Yeah.
and now with this great, profound knowing that we are sponges, like we're all energetic sponges, and we keep on absorbing each other's energies. And what about returning all those energies when they don't work for us? It's such a fabulous tool, and Access gives us so many tools that we can use, to be different, to change yourself, and be what is working for you.
So is now the time to lose your mind and start functioning as an infinite being you truly be.
Yes.
It doesn't allow that. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, short, boys, and beyond.
Yes.
So what if the things that we call problems, issues, have you ever considered there could be possibilities?
Now, yes.
To change your track? Oh my
Yeah.
God, this happened, then I had to choose this, then I had to go this, oh my God, so much happened, I'm going to change. What if that was changing tracks to a greater possibility, giving you a direction? So everywhere you're not acknowledged, all the times in your life, and blamed those situations, if you now look back, were those situations possibilities? Are you willing to acknowledge that now, please?
Yes, please.
So what if you could be present with, whenever in this reality it's called issue or problem, you got to the awareness. Oh my God, what awareness I'm having? Are you willing to receive that? Instead of just outright rejecting it. No, out, go, I don't want. Every time we do that, we actually send away. We refuse to receive. And nowadays we even talk about, Access even talks about depression, anxiety, ADHD, autism, schizophrenia. All those things are actually the greatness that you be, the X-Men that you are. What if all these mental illnesses are capacities that you have not discovered, that you have not recognized, that you have not acknowledged? What if your insanity is the sanity that changes the world? Have you recognized that? I came to know about this after I came to Access, that my insanities, my weirdnesses, my stupidities are my strongest assets that have changed my life. I don't know if it's changing anybody else's life. Some people here tell me they have changed their lives. What if you could find out the brilliance that's hiding behind all this insanity and craziness? Like we always say, what if every wrongness is your strongness? Would you be, everything that brought up, would you all be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please.
Good, bad, POC, POD, on my short, boys and beyonds. Guys, ask me questions. I love questions. Otherwise, I can just go on and on and on talking for days and months at end.
Why don't we read the book?
I can book. We can start reading. Today I'll read the introduction, and then let's see. Hello, there's somebody saying something. Hi, Usha. Lovely to have you here. Selima, Jaya. Okay, so introduction. Writing this book was an amazing journey and a pleasure. I'm supposed to say that it was hard work and that it took me a long time. How often you enjoy things and then you give it a name because this reality doesn't want to hear that you enjoy, and then you go along with this reality. Hard work.
And see how people the slower. Very nice.
So can I mute you, darling?
It's Bindu.
Okay. So how often do you get that rush of energy and that joy when you're doing something, but you don't want to? You pretend, you avoid telling people because you think nazar lag jayegi. Or you think, no, you have to say you did work. You were not just enjoying. Enjoying is wrong. So hard work is what people listen to. So she says, I'm supposed to say that it was hard work and that it took me a long time. I would be lying. It was easy and fast, just like me. How many of you are easy and fast, but you pretend and you refuse and you avoid being you? Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all that shit, please?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Bad Pakpad on my short boys and beyond. I'm pretending to you what I know. Sorry, I'm presenting to you what I know and inviting you to find out what you know. That is something so beautiful about Access. It doesn't give you rules and regulations to follow. It doesn't tell you, okay, you have to do this to get that. It invites you, empowers you to know that you know. That is our tagline on every book. I am presenting to you what I know and inviting you to find out what you know. What if you know way more about you and about creating the life you truly would like than you thought? Every word sends ripples, goosebumps to me, you know. What if the thing you call wrongness and crazy and insane are exactly the tools to access your happiness and the joy you be? What if you started to celebrate the difference you be? Who all are celebrating the difference or still fitting into this reality? Any one of you?
I am.
What
I am. Kaval, I am.
what if that was the gift to the world?
Yes.
You are the gift to the world. When you choose something, when you change one point of view, you shift the energy, you shift the 350,000 people, you invite them to change it too. Gratitude. My gratitude is huge. Thank you, Gary M. Douglas, the man who keeps acknowledging who I be and what I'm truly capable of. Thank you for being and living the great reality that is available on this planet and for never giving up. You know, in the times that I grew up, nobody acknowledged us. Me. When I got good marks, I never got good marks. So when I did something good, I was never told you're doing good because my mom had an idea that जब आप किसी को कुछ प्रेज करते हो तो वो फूल जाते हैं, वो आगे से वो करेंगे नहीं. रेन पकड़ के रखनी चाहिए और नकेल नाक में से डाल के so that put them on the right track. Has that worked? I don't know. Maybe not. And Access is all a different reality, different world. Access told me planet loves you when you choose to be you. All of you. Every molecule rejoices when you choose to be you. It dances because it recognizes that you are one of them. You're trying to be not you. You're trying to be not what you truly are. You're trying to fit into this reality, which is not natural. According to this reality, it is, but which is not the miracle, the magic that you are. So I would cordially invite you to be the magic that you are. Choose what works for you, no matter if anybody else is choosing it or not. What if the most pragmatic way to change things that don't work for you is just create something different? Choose something different. Look around. We are doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. Things to change. आज एक गाली, एक गुस्सा, एक सेंटेंस, एक टॉन्ट, एक क्रिटिसिज्म फेंकेंगे, सोचेंगे कि कल शायद वो चेंज हो जाएगा, फिर हमको वो सब कुछ डबल करना पड़ेगा नेक्स्ट डे, और टू थिंक दैट इट्स गोइंग टू, एंड अगेन द थर्ड डे वी डू दैट. वी क्रिएट सो मच ऑफ अब्यूज एंड अनकाइंडनेस टू आवरसेल्फ एंड टू द वर्ल्ड. So everywhere you feel you don't fit into this reality, that you are a bit crazy, rejoice it, celebrate it. What if that craziness is your unique ability to create way beyond this box of this reality? What if that is exactly what is required to create everything you desire? Everywhere you're not choosing that. Everywhere you're not functioning from that. Everywhere you're making yourself wrong and guilty for choosing different. Rather than being an invitation for the whole world to choose different. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful place to be in. Wouldn't you invite your people that you love to be in a space that you are? Isn't that insanity when people who really love you want you to bring you back to this reality, to fit in here, to be miserable, rather than be the joy that you truly be? Everything that brought up, would you be willing to discern, get it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nut, short, boys, and beyond. Thank you for being and living the greater reality that is available on this planet. And for never giving up, never giving in, never quitting. Thank you, Dr. Dane Heath, the man that tickles me into a joy and possibility and potency I be, and keeps reminding me that my reality truly is easy joy and glory. Is joy and glory. That is your reality. That is when you're being you, when you're ease, joy, and glory. Not when you're suffering and choking yourself. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You are such kind people. Having you as parents is the greatest honor. Thank you for supporting me to be who I be. Thank you, Joy, okay, well, Voit. How do you spell that? How do you pronounce that? For your publishing service and for the joy and ease creating with me. And thank you so much, everybody involved in editing and designing. Thank you, readers, for considering great possibility for you. Enjoy the read. Enjoy you, Susanna Mitramaya. You want me to read this? Please stop me if you have a question.
Just shared the link of the recording of running your own bars on the chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And from the chat, how do we take it to our groups? I wonder. Anybody knows? Vinisha, can you do that?
I have transferred it. I
love you, Bindu. Thank you. So, pragmatic psychology, practical tool for being crazy happy. Who wants to be crazy happy here? Not everybody, right? You want to fit into this reality. Crazy happiness is wrong. When you're crazy happy, people don't love you. When you're sad, people are with you. They give you a hug. They ask you how they can help. But when you're crazy happy, they say, oh my God, she must be on drugs. She must be mad. So are you willing to be crazy happy?
Hindu, but the way you transferred it, it's not clickable, the link.
Okay, so what I will do is
It's
send it in the
clickable.
group.
I did it, Nippy. It's already there.
It's there, Nippy.
Vanita did it. Okay, Vanisha did it.
Now it's
Thank you,
there.
Vanisha.
And
Seema did.
it's there. You can click it. I've opened in my group only.
Yeah, so I think you have to download that app also, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
it's opening. The recording is opening.
Yeah, the
but the
recording
app-
is open.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your support. So are you ready to start out creating yourself and cut out any crap that may come in your way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything doesn't allow
Yes,
that.
Kamal.
You willing to discern, get it all right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pad, on a short, boys and beyond. Yahoo! Crazy lot! Is now the time to create the world we always knew was possible? Okay, honestly tell me, whenever you were going in drudgery, whenever you were troubling yourself, when you were going in abusing and being unkind to you and other people to you, whatever that is, did you, hearts of heart, deep down in your core, knew that there was something else possible? Even before Access?
Not really.
How are you here, darling?
No, I felt it. I felt, Kamal, there was something else because, things were not falling into place. And I said, how could I choose? Tab to main choose nahi bolti thi, but I would say that how come I'm here and life is not that beautiful as it should be, Wo tha. There was always at the back of my mind, there was a small nudge. There was something that was telling me, and I was just ignoring it right and left.
Yeah, because you didn't believe it, because this reality didn't want you to believe that there is something else possible. This reality said, do this and then that, do that and then that. And then that also, those promises were also fake. They never proved to be true. So Harveen, you are here. There are 9 billion people on the planet. And you are choosing to be here. You didn't know there was something better, something else going on the planet. Would you be willing to acknowledge that now, please?
Yes, please. From Collins, Boys and Beyonds.
You always knew that you could create a life that you desire. You didn't know how. You didn't have the tools. We didn't have the tools. Every time I was there, I knew this has to be different. There has to be more ease. But I didn't know I had to choose ease that I truly desire. Only Access told me it's a choice. It's not when something, because something, should, could. It's just a choice away. So what if living can be much lighter and easier than you thought it could be? What if you could let go of every wrongness of you, all the doubts and everything you cannot achieve, all the judgments you have of yourself, and become aware of who you truly are and what you truly are capable of? And everything doesn't allow that. Would you be willing to discern and get it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pad, on a short, boys and beyond. Is now the time to get over being weighed down by your past? Past is gone, finished. It doesn't have any relevance till you make it. I see some people stocking up newspapers to read the next whenever they get time. Those newses are irrelevant now. They're like a newspaper. Past is gone. It doesn't have any relevance. Future is mystery. Every choice you make today is going to create your future that you desire. So what choices are you making? What's functioning for you? What's not functioning for you? You can do that by using the tools of pragmatic psychology to open up the possibilities you have available to change every part of your life that you desire to change with total ease. Is now the time to get over being weighed down by your past? What if psychology could be more than fixing problems? What if psychology could be about empowering you to be everything you are and you know what you know? What if psychology could be about creating a different, sustainable future for you and all of us? When you choose, we benefit. When I choose, others benefit. Because we are one. Everybody gets affected by your choices. So what choices are you making? Are you making the choices that's going to create a greater universe? Are you functioning from we or I? Is now the time to enjoy and employ your crazy to create the life you truly desire? Is now the time for you to be crazy happy? Funny, I just noticed that I started this book by writing about the part that is supposed to be at the end. The grand finale, inviting you to something beyond the limitations you thought were real, a different world. I figure if you choose this book, you are asking for something greater. So why not begin with it right away? Haven't you waited your whole life for when the good part starts? What if the happy ending is available now? And what if it is just the beginning? How many times when you're reading some article or somebody telling you a story, you want to get to the end? Tell me what happened. Don't go into the story. Tell me what happened. Because that is the part that relates with us. That is the part who we are. We don't want to hear the drudgy story. We want to get to the final finale. What if you could get to the final finale now? What if that was just a choice? I would love to inspire you to discover all the finales, all the strongnesses, all what you are, hiding behind your judgments, labels, and wrongnesses. What if I invite you to a different possibility? In fact, accessism invites you to a different possibility of the greatness that you truly be. How much are you? So what if you could stop making yourself wrong for desiring something greater, beyond what this reality seems to offer and what others say is possible? Do you know what a gift you are to the world just by being you and asking for something more? I'm so grateful for each one of you to be here today. You don't even recognize that you are such a diamond, such a gift to the universe. Because when you choose greater, you become an invitation for people to choose greater. Thank you, guys. Most people have been judged for never being satisfied. Asking for satisfaction should be out of your dictionary. Asking for more is what sets the world in motion. It is what allows for new possibilities to show up beyond the limitations that others make real. How much of your life are you using to solve problems and issues? How much are you trying to feel good as though that was the result you are supposed to achieve? And how bad have you felt your whole life for not getting to the point where you felt good enough? How much are you judging yourself on a daily basis for not getting it right, doing enough, being enough, for not having the right body, the perfect relationship, the money, the great sex, the successful career and business? How many times in your life were you hit by depression, anxiety, panic attacks, or other not so pleasant expressions and felt trapped with no way out? This is the reality the majority of people live in. It's the world where depression, anxiety, and other diseases are regular part of life. Feeling bad and having problems is considered normal in this reality. How many of your problems are you creating to be normal? Everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and get it all right, wrong, good, bad, POC, Padonna, short boys, and beyonds? How many of your problems are you creating to be normal? Can you write this on a piece of paper, on a few pieces of paper, and put it across your home so that it reminds you every time you're a possibility, not a problem? What if you could get over the being normal and tap into the true brilliance of you? I am clinically psychologist, and I have been working in mental health for years, and I have met countless amounts of people with all kinds of diagnoses and issues. What they all tell me is how terrible they are, that they have all kinds of problems, and they never do it right or fit in anywhere they go. They say they would like to change, but they do not think change is a possibility because they have tried so many techniques and therapies and nothing has really worked. Sometimes I meet people where it has gone so far that they have stopped talking. Others have tried various medicines, but none has the desired effect. My clients have diagnosed such as depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, phobias, eating disorders, personality disorders, bipolar, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADD, attention deficit disorder, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, autism, Asperger's, and variations thereof. I work with those people in a very different way than what I have learned to do in my education to become a psychiatrist. I was never really happy with the tools I was handed and have always known that something greater is possible. So I started a journey to find a way of facilitating change that works. What I found was Access Consciousness, founded by Gary M. Douglas and co-created by Dr. Dane Heal. Access Consciousness offers tools and techniques to change whatever is going on in your life so you can get out of the trap of thinking there is no choice but to be burdened by the wrongness of you and get to the place where you know you have choice, where you know what you know and where you feel free to be who you truly are. How many have recognized that they are freer when they are using the access tools than they were before when they were using this reality's normalcy?
I have changed. Yes, I have changed.
Yeah, Seema, thank you so much. Your change has been magical, darling.
Yes. Thanks to you and thanks to my sisters for introducing me to this world. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a different world. It's your world. And that's their world.
It's my world. Yes.
How can we fit into their world? We were trying to fit into their world.
No, I'm just thanking them. I am now in my own world where I can create and be what possibilities I have.
You know what brings greater joy and possibilities to you and to the world. You are the catalyst of change for this planet. All of you. You truly be. This is the space where you're home, creating your world. Exactly what we were talking about. This way of creating change is truly different. Now let's begin. Any questions before we go to the next chapter? The first chapter, chapter 1. How I had it all wrong. I know from my own experience about the challenges of personal transformation. Despite my outward success 5 years ago, I realized how unhappy I was. How many people are happy around you? How many can you count people around you who are happy? Starting with your home. I had everything a person in this world should have to be totally happy and satisfied. An education, a nice man, money, a house, a job, a blossoming career, and I was pregnant. I looked around at my neighbor and said to myself, why can't I be happy as these people? I have everything. What is wrong with me? None of you have been there, right? Shortly after that, my whole world twisted around me. I remember getting back from the doctor and receiving the news that I had a dead baby in my belly. I was quite late in pregnancy and I stood in the living room in my perfect house and my perfect life crumbled right in front of me. And literally, the lights went on. I had one of those weird experiences where I saw white light around me and I knew all was well. I was happy. I was not supposed to be happy, knowing that I lost everything I thought I wanted. Yet soon I began creating a much greater reality. The death of my child, birth, a life that I did not know was possible for me to have on this planet. Now I know that there is different possibility for all of us. I know it beyond a doubt, and I would like to invite you to what you know is possible. So what do you know? Do you know? Do you even get the inkling that there is something else possible? Do you know that something out there, if you chose it, if you acknowledged it, if you went for it, could change your life, could expand your world, create a world that is fun to live in? Everywhere you're not recognizing that, refusing, pretending to even look at it, avoiding it. Would you be willing to acknowledge it now, please? To being happy in this unhappy world. What does that bring in when I say being happy in the unhappy world? Everywhere you think you are the responsibility, you have the responsibility of bringing the whole world along with you. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, Onna, short boys and beyond. It's them choosing it. It's nothing to do with you. We've always
Kaval, we keep on cribbing.
We've always been
We
taught.
keep on cribbing about.
Yes. Go for it.
We should be thankful. We are living a 7-star life at this moment.
Exactly. If you focus only on your, if you focus only
that we can't go out.
Exactly.
At
On
the
what you
moment,
can't
we
do.
can't go out, Kaval.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of what in being in gratitude.
Yeah. Gratitude is the key, darling. When I first started with Access Consciousness, I realized that the psychology is designed to make your life better while still fitting into this reality, making you a better version of who you were before, to fit in. Isn't that what we've been always doing? It is required that you change your way of thinking and behaving. This approach does not leave a lot of freedom, as it is always based on judgment of what is right way to be and live and what is the wrong way to be and live. It leaves you at the place where you constantly have to figure out what to choose, to be right, to fit in, to be normal. However, I began to wonder, is this enough? Is that working? What do my clients really know? I'm inviting you to something different, where I will not tell you what is right or wrong, or what you should or shouldn't do. I'm inviting you to ask questions and to find out what is true for you. When I embark on this journey, I was stunned to find out that life can be so much more expansive than trying to fit in and be normal. I always knew that happiness is a choice. We all
Kawal, the record.
Sorry, Mamta.
Kawal, it's 9:05 recording. Recording 9:05.
I got that. I got that. So, guys, when the file becomes big, it is over. It goes over MB 60. It cannot be transferred. So we have this beautiful being, Mamta, who always reminds me that you're going overboard, like I always do. So we will stop here. We will read that tomorrow. And if anybody is willing to ask any question before I wrap up, I'm willing to do.